I'm Philippa, this is Jane, and we created Bridge. So we initially looked into designing a site that enabled mentorship and networking between youth and professionals, but after our initial user research and looking into what resources already exist, we found that there were already quite a lot of those types of programs for youth in Canada. So the problem shifted to how youth access and learn about these programs. Everyone we spoke to who had participated in a mentorship program or a youth-specific work program had heard about it through a friend or a colleague. So we felt that this wasn't really good enough, and finding out about these programs can't be left up to chance encounters. So we conducted 6 in-depth interviews with youth with different lived experiences, and we learned a lot. 3 key takeaway points that we found were that youth often feel lost after high school and don't always have people to talk to or networks to access. Career centres and guidance counsellors aren't always very helpful, and interpersonal relationships are actually what matter most in terms of achieving career success. And finally, we learned that there are a lot of programs out there, but if no one knows about them, what purposes do they serve? So as a response, we designed Bridge. Bridge is designed for young people in grade 10 onwards, and it's particularly for young people who have limited access to career services. So we know that youth who have attended post-secondary education have access to career services at their institutions, but this is not always the case for youth who are in high school, and then also youth who have finished high school and are not continuing their education. So also within high schools, we found that guidance counsellors don't always have the most up-to-date information or resources, and often don't adequately support students in their career path development, as we learned about in our research. So we imagine Bridge as a nationwide program with different regions showing specific regional employment resources.
So Bridge is an aggregate site that contains, ideally, all the relevant career-related resources in the user region and in a user-friendly way. Bridge aims to increase employment among young adults by providing clear, concise resources on job marketing and educational programs. The main outcome of this is to empower young adults to think about their future and make informed decisions. Oh, and
I just have to walk close to it and then
So, Bridge mainly intervenes at career studies class in high school. In Ontario, career studies is a mandatory half-credit course that students have to take to graduate high school. We propose a career advisor and exam who will go through different high schools every week, kind of like a pop style, and they will provide, promote Bridge and also provide one-on-one counseling for students who make it based on appointments. So this is the prototype we created. To give you an idea of the design, overall design, the color green was chosen because it represents clarity and growth, and we wanted to convey that that's what they can achieve from using our resources. Purple was chosen because it contrasts green. So we want to acknowledge that there is a lot of tension in finding out, navigating on career path. First, we start off on the top. Yes, on top here is a description of what this purpose of the website is. And as you go down, it's quotes. So the quotes are meant to redefine how we think about work. It's very different in 2016 compared to 20 years ago. And for example, one of them is, we have at the bottom here, spend 80% of your time networking versus 20% finding jobs. So we're really trying to crack this myth about what work is like today. Compass is a way to approach resources at a macro scale. So this is, we try to funnel all the resources we can think of into 3 stages. Explore, research, and formulation, and this is to help people identify what kind of sources they might use. So this is more the macro level. So for example, we have TED Talks. Maybe it can provide inspiration. That's an explore stage. We have career cruising, which links to that. Career cruising, which is career exploration, and personality tests. We have a couple of tests here. And finally, pointers. The pointers is on a different scale. It's more specific. And this one, for example, is the articles or blog posts. For example, one we have is networking versus client one, which is better.
takes a second.
Oh.
Sorry, no, it's easy.
I'm
Easy,
magic, I
easy.
thought.
Yeah.
So we sent this demo to users from the research stage and then also to a bunch of 15-year-olds. And we did some testing and we learned a lot. The three main takeaways from the testing were that firstly, most people didn't understand how to use the site. So it wasn't obvious from the homepage what the site's purpose was or how to really navigate it. So we came up with a few solutions, which was putting the kind of blurb at the top and then also adding in some extra kind of pointers on how to use the page. Secondly, it wasn't clear what the difference was between the compass and the pointer page. So we decided to add some short descriptions beside the titles to help users understand what to click. And then the third point was that the different stages weren't completely obvious on the compass page. So we decided to make the text larger and bolder to really differentiate between the three stages. So we don't really have any immediate plans to continue this project, but if it sounds interesting to you, connect with us on Slack.